Okay, so I should be streaming, and let's hope that everything actually is working, and it looks like it might be, but I'm always just so paranoid about these things, but I'm going to assume that it's actually working. So, hello everyone, this is Chris Ingerson, and it is March 30th, and this is the March 30th TextQuest Devstream. So, throat's still a little gross, but we will get over that. We'll power through it today. We're going to be doing some more book-related stuff today, so reading through books and finding a way to display that. And the way I've decided I'm going to try this, see how it feels, is I'm essentially going to have this layout. So this is the new ASCII art that I'm going with, and I think it's vaguely bookish. But it'll actually look a little bit better once we're done. And there's some weird changes that we're going to have to make that I haven't quite done yet. So currently I have one big ASCII art label that's basically, forming all of the text and whatnot. I'm kind of going to cheat. I'm going to fudge that a little bit by making these two things separate labels. So one label of ASCII art is going to be the book cover, and one is going to be the book pages. Now, the reason for that is I would like to do things like this. Like be able to turn the book green, or red, or whatever color you can think of. And in order for me to do that, really, I would have to either have an insane amount of color tags, because every single one of these pages is, one row, to make things white. So to show you what that would be like. Color equals, let's just say white. But obviously I can't leave that for the entire thing, so I'd have to do something awkward like this. And you can see that it would not be fun. So we're going to change this to be more of a two label setup, one for the cover, one for the pages, and then we're basically going to be individually able to color those, mostly so that I can randomize the color of the books. I thought that would be a nice little touch for us to do. Hello, 18 Markwick. Welcome back. How's the debbing going? Slowly. We're doing books right now, so Markov generated text for books. So it'll just randomly generate a bunch of words and a bunch of sentences. So yeah, we're going to do two different labels, and that's what we're going to start off with today. After we get that looking all right, the next thing we're going to do is change or get these two turn back and turn page to work. Currently, they're not going to be buttons or anything like that. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change how my input or my output stuff works. I love books, maybe sarcasm. Everyone loves a good book. But anyway, so the thing I want to do with these two, like turn back label and turn page label, is I would like them to match the color of the book's cover. So if the book's cover is green, turn back and turn page will be green. And then what will happen is when you scroll the actual book into view, so when it's the current active section, then it's going to actually change those colors to be something like yellow or whatever to make it stand out, to imply that this is what you can do. So there's going to be a lot of intricate stuff going on here, but it will retain the independence from the button, so we don't have weird interactions that you can do, like clicking on these things. Instead, you will still type turn page or turn back. I do wish I had a better term for turn back than. Been here for the last couple of weeks, but couldn't type, so I was just looking. Oh, okay. Well, I was always wondering. I'm never sure how the counter works, because I always have Twitch pulled up on my web browser so I can make sure that the stream is actually working on the website. But I don't know if it counts me. I don't think it does. Well, maybe it does, because currently it says that I have two people watching, and I guess that would be you and me, unless there's the third person, in which case I don't know. Because it never seems to actually update for me whenever I watch it by myself. But, I don't know. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started by doing this two label system. And to start, I'm going to go ahead and actually duplicate this so that I can have the original one for reference. Um, and let's just keep going. Okay, and we're actually going to end up changing how the left and right labels work too, because I don't think they're actually going to want to be part of the prefab by default. They're actually going to get spawned in. That way, if we have stuff that goes over two labels, we can keep spawning pages as needed. Did I just start the stream? Yeah, I started it like 5 minutes ago, I think. So it could just be that it takes a couple of minutes for it to update. Also, heads up, it's storming at my place right now, so if you start hearing that, don't worry, it's just a thunderstorm and rain. I have not seen the Destiny 2 trailer yet. I saw that it was released just a little bit before the stream, but I haven't had time to actually go look at it yet. Does it look good? Okay, so we have our cover art label. Next, we're going to want to have... how do we want to do this? Let's go ahead and... just paste this, move this up. We're going to call this... stretch it. We're going to call this page label. Okay. And for that, I'm kind of going to steal like all of this stuff. And then we'll paste it in, get it to look right. Yeah, it's going to be a jumble for a little bit. It's PG Deadpool humor. Wait, isn't Destiny rated M? Or is it rated T? I thought it was rated M, but it's entirely possible that it is not. Okay, let's see here. So, oh god, this is going to be so awkward. Well, hold on. I'm going to turn off the page label real quick. Because I got to fix my ASCII art to make it look right now. Oops. Okay, let's go ahead and copy that. Paste that in. And... alright. So that's the top, which means that I can just copy this and keep pasting it. It's just some soft humor that reminds me of Deadpool. So it's sort of that, like, snarky humor, kind of, for lack of a better term. And I guess we're going to want to, like, do this. There we go. Okay, so now I can copy that, paste it, as I go down. I love doing ASCII art. It's only like half sarcasm. I actually do find it fascinating. It's just a little slow to get everything to line up properly. So, I was hoping I could get the two labels set up beforehand, but I ran out of time. And okay, so this should be our cover label. Now, if we turn on our pages, we're gonna get some really weird stuff. Let's see how. Ugh, jeez. I guess actually, hold on. I'm gonna go up one like that. Yes. Go. Why aren't you moving? Why? Why are you not moving? Oh my god, this is incredibly awkward. Oh shit, that's why. Overflow. Yeah, we don't want that to actually flow into it. That should. There we go. Yep, that started. Hello, Waylon. Welcome back. Currently, we're doing ASCII art for reading books because we're actually getting it integrated into TextQuest finally after 2 weeks. Playing Fallout 4. The game comes out September 9th. Okay. Yeah, I did hear it was coming out in the fall, which is so weird. It seems like they kind of rushed Destiny 2, considering Destiny was supposed to be their big, like, MOBA, that, or not MOBA, MMO that lasts forever. Let's see here. So we don't need... hold on. This is going to be so fun. So we want it to go... Why are you not indenting? Don't tell me that you need to have... I can't win. down one. There we go. It looks like I'm finally getting things sort of working. So we need this to go to there. And let's see here. Try to find the break. Aha! Found it. So we're going to go here and... uh-oh. That's kind of off-putting. I'm not entirely sure why. Yeah, it's going to be super fun to try and get these things to line up properly. Because I don't think it'll happen very easily. Let's see. Oh, they just seem to be sort of thrown out of whack for some reason. Hold on. Put you there. And this is actually going to be 2 spaces. Why are these not lining up? Oh, I bet they're a different font size. 36. Haha! That explains a lot. Okay. 36. There we go. Now it all matches. Jeez. Anyway, oh my god, I've been a terrible host and it's only been 15 minutes. Also, I apparently unplugged something. Ah, my external hard drive. I accidentally bumped my cord for it. Anyway, so how are you two doing? Freaking Windows. I've been terrible host. Let's see. We need this to go over to there. Okay. And we're looking at 1, 2, 3. There we go. Looking a little better. Right there. Perfect. Aha! Okay. So we have the top 2 rows done for our book now. And to help keep things actually simple, I'm going to color this red. So we can see which one. Let's make it green. There we go. So we can see which one is the cover label and which one is the page label. Gonna grab food. Yeah, I just ate actually. I've made a couple. I've occasionally forgotten to eat before Devstream, and it always sucks because it can occasionally be like 2 or 3 hours before I get to eat again. It's like, well, that sucks. School in 7 hours. Brutal. Let's see. So we're looking at... Why are you so weird? So we're going to want you. We want to just paste you, basically? What the heck? Oh, phew, wrong one. Jeez, I almost made a horrible mistake. Okay, let's color that again. Go back here to the page label. And let's see here. I believe we want... Okay, so that's working. So let's go ahead and copy this. I'm just going to paste this a bunch of times. So you can see what I was going for when I said like I wanted to have 2 different labels, that way I can have this color. Mostly because the color helps establish the fact that it's a book, it's a cover. And then the white pages are, just regular pages. Let's go down here. Paste, 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 and paste. Okay. Now, I think we need to do 1 space and... Cool. So that is our page ASCII art. Let's do page art. Label. So we have that working. Although... man, this is going to be super fun. How do we want to do this? We actually do have some oddities that we're going to have to do for the cover label. So, geez, you once forgot to eat? How do you forget to eat for 18 hours? So one of the things that's going to be challenging about this is that if the book is less than 2 pages long, we need to turn off these labels, and then we need to actually shorten this book cover by 1 row. That way it's a tighter fit. And that's just super great, let me tell you. So, how do we want to do that? Typically, the easiest way to do this is the same way that I did for find it, our read section. And the way we did it there, our read section had a top label, a middle label, and a bottom label. And those were all sort of set up in a vertical layout group. And the longer the message, the more middle labels we would spawn in, basically. Or the more, well, not more middle labels, the more middle sort of ASCII art we would spawn in. So we're kind of going to have to do the same thing, just with a top label and then a bottom label. And if the top see, that's kind of awkward. But I suppose it would fit. So we basically have top ASCII, and then we'll have a middle ASCII that will only spawn in if it's longer than 2 pages. And then we have a bottom ASCII, which is just, the actual bottom. Oh, and actually, speaking of bottom ASCII, it kind of looks like our page art has some trailing stuff to it. Or am I crazy? Oh, that was weird. Oh, it must have just been because it was doing the read stuff. I was like, I saw a line down here. Confused as to what it was. Anyway, let's go ahead and zero this stuff out real quick. And I guess that means we're going to convert the cover art to 2 labels. So that's fun. How do I want to do this then? I suppose we're going to kind of do this. Duplicate that. Get rid of all of this. Top. And then cover art label bottom. Let's get rid of the very bottom row here. That is, yep, pretty much all I need to do. Although, actually, before I do that, let's come over here to our book section. We want to add those fields so that we can cut and paste them. So we're going to say public string top ASCII, I guess art equals that, public string middle ASCII art is equal to that, and then public string bottom ASCII art, not ARI, art is equal to that. Okay, let's go ahead and make them text fields, or text areas, and I believe we want to say min lines 3, max lines, I don't know, 6. Seems reasonable. Let's go ahead and put you here. That's going to be like 2 and 2 probably. And same for you. Alright. Let's see what that looks like in our inspector. Because we're going to want to copy and paste those into that. Yeah, this is going to be a fairly significant overhaul, actually. And really, it ties into this whole system that I've been meaning to get more into. And I started it, like 3 months ago with the reading stuff. And I haven't had the time to actually get into it to make things more interesting. So let's go ahead and go up here. Go all the way down to the bottom. We're going to copy that. And we're going to cut it. Okay. Simple as that. Then we're going to go over here to our book section. That is our bottom ASCII art. Then our middle ASCII art is going to be the same thing. We're going to copy and cut the bottom again. Do that. So cut. And let's come up here. There's our middle. Alright, and then for our cover art label bottom, we will delete everything except for the bottom. So now our book looks essentially identical. The only difference now is that it has, oh dear, I just realized that I didn't copy that. That would have been disastrous. So let's cut that. Okay, and come up here and paste it. And that is our top ASCII art. So now that we have all 3 of our major sections, it means that we can dynamically resize it as necessary. Making it a little bit easier for us to add those buttons in. And let's see. So we have our pages, or we have our ASCII art stuff all done. And now, here's where it gets kind of funky. Um, because we actually are going to change a little bit how. Oh, really? Oh, oof. That's not great. How these labels are going to function. So currently I have a left and a right label. And that structure is largely going to remain in place. The only difference is they're not going to be a part of the base prefab. They're actually going to get spawned in as we fill the text up. So once our label starts getting long, it's going to overflow to the right. And once it reaches the full length of the right, it's going to say, hopefully I can hook into this. It's going to say, okay, I'm too long. I need to go to the next page. Um, and that means that we actually need to instantiate more pages. So what we'll do is we'll instantiate more pages, position them appropriately, and then disable them. And then when you type turn page um, or turn back or whatever, the new page content will basically enable and disable as needed. So it's going to be a little bit stranger, but it will hopefully work. So before we do that, let's go ahead and try and position this a little bit better. Let's do 75 and 75 from the top. Nope, I gotta go more than that, 100. Oh boy. Lower the bottom to like 25. Yeah, I might have to sort of fit this a little bit better. So let's look for 75. Let's do 90 from the top. That looks fine. From the right, 40. Yeah, I think that's all right. And we'll do 30 from the bottom. So that's looking pretty good. And I'm largely going to use these as reference values for what their anchor stuff should be. You have obtained the food. Well, fancy, fancy. Have anything good? We can probably keep that at 40. Let's keep it at 50 from the left. Top, 90. All right. From the right, 75. That looks about good. 30. Are these similar to what my values were? They are pretty similar. The right is 40 there, so maybe I should do. No, hold on. Oh, I guess they're not the exact same size. I think the left is a little bit larger than the right. I think. And that's largely because there wasn't really a good way for me to get around that. So this will, I think, have to do. I might actually increase the left to be 60. Yeah, just give it a little bit more room to breathe. So, leftover Burger King. All right. That's as good as any meal. All right. So, so we have those now. And let's see. And this is where it's going to be kind of fun. We're going to turn them off because we're actually going to not so much need them as much as reference them. We're going to reference their canvas or their rect transform specifically. So I can probably actually get rid of the TextMesh Pro components on them without any real concern. But this is actually kind of concerning. I need to know my page instructions and why they are not. There we are. Oh dear. I suppose I'd want to do something like this, wouldn't I? Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and put these in the middle. Oh, dang it. Hold on. Let's put it to the right. I might need to be up. No, hold on. Let's see here. Trying to figure out a good way to position these. I might just do it live so I can see it. Um, well, those are two Those are two very different statements that all came at the same time, and they are both kind of hilarious. Um, anyway, so how do I want to do this? Let's go ahead and I guess apply this. Although before I can do that, I'm going to need to edit the book section code a little bit. So let's go ahead and say. So we don't actually want a right page label anymore. We're gonna have to change this. So let's change you, and what is my deinitialize doing? It's just doing text, which is just looking at the label. Okay, so we're actually gonna not even use base.deinitialize anymore. Instead, we're gonna be doing a lot of weird stuff, I think. So let's go ahead and say public rect transform left page rect. Yeah, we'll just do left page. And public rect transform right page. I picked up a burger. Yeah, I almost never reheat fast food. I always just eat it cold if I have it left over. Although, admittedly, burgers tend to get kind of, I don't want to say hard, but like thick. Like it's hard to eat through them. Let's see. So left page, right page. We are also going to need to have public. I guess I'll just do TM Pro. I guess it's Text Mesh Pro UGUI. Turn back label. Public Text Mesh Pro UGUI. Turn forward label. And what else am I going to need? I am going to need a list, so private list. Oh, right. Using system. Can't type system. Yarg. System.collections.generic. List. Text Mesh Pro UGUI. I think that'll be fine. Page labels. New. Blah blah blah. I think you might need new plates if your burgers can melt through them. Okay, so these are the labels that will spawn in at runtime. Let's go ahead and say override initialize string text. The text is going to be the text that we're going to display, obviously. And again, we're not going to do base.initialize. Instead, we're going to change how that works. So let's see. Left page, right page, and I suppose we'll also need a public text mesh pro UGUI page label prefab, and okay, this is where it's going to be fun. We're going to have to say, how do we want to do this? I suppose it's going to be like this. Text mesh pro UGUI left label equals pool. Oh, right. Hold on. Using sleepyowl.common pool manager dot request text mesh pro UGUI and crap. Right. So I can manually position them, or do I want to? Everyone's eating on the stream tonight, except for me, I guess. Let's see. So I need to request it, which means I need to give it a prefab, which is going to be the page label. Page label prefab. But then I also need to give it a parent. And I guess it's going to be the same parent. So let's go ahead and comment that out real quick. And we'll say public rect transform. How do I want to do this? Pages container, I guess. I'll just call it page container. It's going to be page container. All right. Now, after we do that, we actually have to set a bunch of anchor points and stuff like that. Or, you know what would be even better is why don't I just put it under the left page? Left page, even better. I don't even need a page container. And we'll do the same thing for the right. Right label. Right page. And let's see. This is not going to be super fun. Oh, jeez. I need a dictionary, I think, of integers and a list of 2 Text Mesh Pro labels. So that's super fun. Let's just go. Actually, I'm going to kind of cheat this a little bit and just give it a quick test. And we're going to say left label dot text is equal to text. And then we won't worry about anything else for now. Because this should get it actually spawning in, even if it doesn't look right. Oh, and you know what? I should probably add... Oh, good idea. I need a reference to those 2. Okay. So let's load that up. We have our left page. Let's go ahead and put this here. Our right label. Put that right there. Turn back. Turn forward. And then we need a page label prefab. So I'm going to duplicate this. And I guess we'll put it like here awkwardly. Stretch it out. And that's probably good enough. So let's go ahead and call that book label. Yeah, we'll call it book page label. Book page label. And let's go ahead and turn it on. Not worried about anything else. Let's go ahead and create folder book. I guess we'll just do that. Drag that up here. All right. We're going to change that. Let's hit. I want to hit apply. Not yet. I need to actually make that, don't I? I'm going to drag the book page label down to here. And delete it. And then we will assign it down here. All right. So that should be our section prefab. And if it's working correctly, it should actually populate text. You're the conqueror of burgers. Would you say that you're the Burger King? No. It was too easy. Sorry. I don't deserve any laughs for that one. Okay. So that should get everything working, I think. And for now, let's go ahead and turn these guys off. That won't really matter, will it? Because this is a hard 100. Okay, well, we'll turn this off for now. I'll figure out what to do with that later. And then we're going to hit apply here. Okay, our book section has changed. It now has all of the relevant information for it. And let's go ahead and give it a shot. See what happens. Not yet. Have to buy out all the stocks in Burger King first. I don't know. They don't have some sort of like sword in the stone clause where if you just walk in and eat a lava burger in front of them, they don't have to become your vassals. Read. Shite. It did not do what I hoped it would do. Or maybe it did and we just can't see it properly. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. UI, view container, input, root, output, scroll area, Book section, cover page. Oh, right, they're disabled. Blech. Don't I just feel stupid? Um, okay, so let's go ahead and turn these on. Remove the text mesh pro components from them though, and then reapply that. So book section, let's go ahead and hit apply. Boom. Turn off the UI. And there we go. So let's try it again. Shazam. So close. Wait, but why? Those should be view, input, root. That's why I positioned them. Output, scroll area, book, cover, page, left. Oh, no. I was worried about something like that. Why? It's not zeroing these out, basically. There we are. Shite. That's not good. Give me a second here. See if that knows anything to do with it. That is quite problematic. Okay, that one is weird. That looks too centered almost. Hold on. UI, view container. Input, root, output, scroll area, book, left, and now it's not stretching. Okay. Hold on. Prefab, right page. Huh. Okay. I guess I can always just do this. Left label dot rect transform dot set parent. Hold on. Set transform parent. Left page. I'm curious if this will do it, but that's a really weird thing. That offset stuff generally means that it's just not. How do I phrase it? It's there's a weird thing with Unity's UI where it won't automatically adjust its UI elements to match their anchor points all the time, particularly when they've been spawned in. So it can get kind of wonky. Oh, son of a... Seriously? What, did I code it wrong? No, then why are you doing that? Global, not global. No, it is UI. Ah. View container, input, root, output, scroll area, book, cover, left. Okay. So there's the page. It's there, but its width is 0. Ooh, what now? Are you freaking kidding me? Alright, hold on. Force a reposition. Make sure that I don't have more things. Okay, so reposition should force it to work properly. At least I'm hopeful. That's super weird. Come on, you can do it, Unity. I know you can. Where the freak is my stuff? There we go. Okay, let's take a look at this. Read, and of course not. Is it still going to be like this? Man, I don't know what happened. Input root. Output scroll area. Book section. Oh my god, what the hell? It's zeroing it out. Well, let me try this then. See if that fixes it. Just out of curiosity. Your puppies in your room. They tend to do that. Read. There we are. Jeez. So much effort for so little. Alright, so... Uh-oh. Oh, right. So here it's too long. Again. Which is fine. But now we need to actually spawn in our right page. So we're always going to spawn them in pairs of twos. We'll always spawn a right page if we spawn a left page. And let's go ahead and say... Do I have to do common? Huh. So weird. All right. I want to do something similar here. We're going to say right label, rect transform set parents, right page. All right. So I'm going to reposition it. But importantly, we need to say, let's see, what is this? Left label dot overflow mode is equal to dot is it page? I believe that's what we wanted. Of course, I deleted that. That's one of the reasons I didn't want to delete it, but I was stupid. Okay, and then we're going to say left label dot, I don't know, is it called page? No. Okay, that's, oh wait, no, page, wait. No. Does it really have a page functionality? I guess it doesn't matter, because we actually need multiple ones. So let's do linked, and I guess it's linked text component. Okay, is equal to right label. And now let's see what that looks like. That should at least get it so that very long books are rendered on both pages. So, Shazam! Abracadabra. There we go. Compile. Let's give that a shot. That's a weird stutter. Read. Hooray! Though elephants have stood for a miracle, which lying upon the broad waters beyond, then the wailing news and of some nearer things to be placed over him. Okay, sure, why not? So we have it generating, we have it coloring the background, which is good. Now we need to tackle multiple pages, so if it's a very, very long one, let's see if I can get it to work. Read. There we are. So this one is getting cut off, I would assume. Yes, because the last thing in there, let's see. Spilling out the smoke from the cabin scuttle announces dinner in his great yellow bandana handkerchief, blah, 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 blah. So you can see that it goes on by the debug at the bottom. Thank you, Waylon. It is shaping up. Still got a lot to do tonight, though. I think we'll actually be able to accomplish everything that we did at the beginning. Of course, now I've jinxed it, so we won't, but, you know. So the next thing we're going to do is trying to instantiate multiple pages. And that's actually going to be tricky because what we're going to have to do is we are going to have to populate these two labels, then start a coroutine that's going to basically yield one frame, check to see if the label is truncating it, cutting it off, on the right, and if it is, then we're going to instantiate two more pages, position them, set them up, and then do the whole same thing. Check to see if the right label is getting cut off. If it is, then again we will spawn more and more and blah 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 blah. And once we go past two pages, we also need to spawn in that middle section and um, turn on those two prompts. So next step is going to be a little big. So let's go ahead and we're going to come down here to private enumerator, populate by books, or populate pages, I guess. Populate page text. Okay. And this is where it's going to get kind of confusing. Because we need to do page labels. No. Dot add left label. Page labels. Dot add right label. Okay. And then start coroutine. Populate page text. Yield return null. And let's go ahead and say private dictionary int list text mesh pro UGUI. I guess, what do I want to call this? Pages? Gross. I don't know what do you call two pages? Like the open pages of a book. Page pairs, I suppose. Equals new. All right. Now, before you go, who are you planning to play as? Let's see. Page pairs, and I guess we will also have a private int index equals 0. We're going to set index here and initialize. Index is equal to 0. Start it all over. And oh boy, I hate that I have to have a list, because that means I need a new list of just those two labels. But what are you gonna do? So I guess we'll go ahead and say list of text mesh pro UGUI pages, okay, is equal to new list blah blah blah, and we're going to say 2, and then give it left label, right label. Okay, so that should give it a new list with both of those labels in it, and then we're going to say page pairs dot add 0 and pages. All right. So once we've done all of that, oh god, it's so messy. Nope. You know what? I don't need a whole friggin' list for this. So I'm actually going to make a data class for this. Just a small struct. It's not going to do much. It's just going to have a left and a right label. And that's just so that I don't have to refer to lists looking through their integer values at 0 and 1 all the time. I hate doing that. So create sharp book page pair. Create a folder. Books. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. There we are. Drag those up into that. Yes, I know. Alright, let's go ahead and turn off Markov chain stuff. We don't really need it right now. And it's going to take a second for it to compile. So the next thing we're going to do, once I get this working real quick, make this text quest. And this is going to be nothing. It's going to be a struct. It's not going to be serializable. Doesn't need to be. And it is going to be using TM Pro. And all we're going to do is say, you know what? If I'm doing that, do I even need a dictionary? I think I might actually be able to just use a list. So that's convenient. So we're just going to actually say public text mesh pro UGUI left label public text mesh pro UGUI right label, or let's say page. And I'm just going to say page instead of page label. All right, super simple. Nothing really weird there. Let's come back here. So I don't need this dictionary anymore. Instead, I can actually, I think, just iterate through it. So that means this is going to change to private. What do I want to say? Private list book page pair. Page pairs equals new. Blah blah blah. Let's see. And from there, we're going to want to actually add a constructor in here. We're going to say public book page pair text mesh pro UGUI left page text mesh pro UGUI right page. This dot left page is equal to left page. This dot right page is equal to right page. Not pagel, page. Oh my god. There we go. And we're just going to say equals new, or add new, book page pair, left label, right label. Super simple. Don't have to have a whole extra label or a whole extra list of labels anymore. And that, weird. Twitch just redid a ad. That's never a good thing. That always makes me think that my streaming is screwing up somehow. Maybe Twitch just wants to give me a heart attack. Why do you say I'm offline? Great. I gotta refresh and act all paranoid because I'm always super scared of this stuff. Alright, so once we have our page pairs, I'm getting such mixed messages from Twitch right now. It says I'm live, but it's showing currently offline.